So if we buy Arin, remove his mask, cut it with a scalpel, and then pop it back on, we just created our first show-accurate LEGO Ninjago minifigure. And in this video, we will take 10 characters from the 3rd season of Dragons Rising and turn them into accurate custom Ninjago minifigures. Let's start with Lord Ras. Did you know he has pink markings in the show, but his minifigure is all red? So let's get Ras and redesign him. Since we only need to paint the red sections pink, this is a perfect task to get started with painting LEGO minifigures. And whilst I'm doing this, let me tell you that the minifigures will get more and more challenging to create as we go. But back to Ras. The only thing left to do now is to paint his head. And this one I already painted 3 times before, so it should be an easy one to paint him a 4th time. The finishing touch will be his armor. Now we can see Lord Ras and the upgraded Arin in action. Our target is in sight. Ready? Shoot! Well, that didn't work out. Quick, escape before it's too late. Rip Arin and Ras. Now let's recreate Rapton in his Freebooter prime. We'll take apart the minifigure entirely and then slowly work our way through the parts. On the legs, we have to add 2 yellow stripes. On the torso, we can add a pink M. The armor is the most difficult part, because we have to add multiple colored stripes and even a yellow cross. That is extremely challenging. The face and the hair is pretty easy again, because the details are rather simple. Now we can put Rapton back together. But Rapton hates being unarmed. So we'll create him a painted Imperium blade. Now Rapton is ready to plunder. Give me that! Now let's fix the character that led to Rapton's doom. In the show, Nokt sometimes has red eyes. So we'll take his head and paint him red eyes with white stripes. And he already looks way more evil. But in the show, he's also wearing a cape. So we'll grab one from a Dementor from Harry Potter and attach that one to Nokt instead of the armor. And instead of Lego's blade, we'll equip Nokt with a custom one. Now we can simulate the scene where Nokt crushes Zane and the others. Easy win! The absolute fan favorite though is the brown ninja. And since he appears in the show, we must make him out of Lego. As a base, we can take brown pants, a brown torso, and an original Dareth head and hair part. Now to paint the Grand Sensei, we'll first remove the print on his torso with an eraser. Okay, that'll have to do. Now we can create all the outlines with black color and then add the other details, such as his shirt or his chest hairs. Those are extremely important. And believe me, when I painted the golden markings, I thought it couldn't get more difficult. But then came the tiny star on his belt buckle. And now we have to paint a big star on Dareth's back. I guess by the power of brown, we're going down. Well, not quite, because we've finished Dareth. And let's see how he'll do against Thunderfang.
Get ready. Yeah, get ready.
Quick, anyone deliver him to the hospital. Another character that needs medical attention is Roby when he was infected by Kur. As a base, we'll use any 10 minifigure. And since erasing a print was impossibly hard, we'll do it with a nail polisher this time. Wow, that's so much easier. But if we were to paint the legs now, the color would be scratched off by the minute we move the legs. So to prevent this, we can sand away on the inside of the legs to create a tiny gap. Now the paint won't come off anymore. Let's add the last parts and we can start painting the minifigure like a Japanese warrior. Ha! Hoo! Ha! And before you intervene, that this custom is so much easier than our beloved brown ninja, it's not. The lines on the gi he's wearing when he's sick are super thin. And we even have to paint several specks of green to show the inevitable effects of decay. Now Roby is finished. But wait, where is his face? Oh, that's actually the real challenge. Faces are actually the most difficult thing to paint. Most of the time I have to repaint a section of the face. Now we can put him into a hospital bed, place wildfire next to him, and we have a fully blown scene. Oh no, the bed is rolling away. Now when searching for more minifigures, I found him. I'll start with grey legs, a torso of a crook, this head with an open mouth, and a ski helmet. This is what we're working with, guys. I haven't got more. The rest we have to create ourselves. And this time I'll use metal paper to create the basic shape of his mask and add a bit of FIMO to create the final shape. Now let's reattach it to the helmet. Guys, I don't think anyone's gonna be scared. He reminds me of Gru. So let's change that by painting the mask with white and a rusty blue. We'll also create 6 spiky claws and attach them to his feet. And of course, we have to mold his beloved bird wings. I also could have used these, but they're inaccurate. So we'll make our own, despite the fact that they are really hard. We even have to paint and glue stuff. What bird is he supposed to replicate anyways? Let's just see if a real chicken approves. Yeah, he's not a chicken. My next custom was requested by a lot of you. It's the last Jinn alive in Ninjago, and for him, we need to combine a few minifigures. Since Arrakore is a Jinn, we'll use the orange ghost legs from Narakan. But Arrakore is not bare-chested. Instead, he's wearing a sand blue torso. And since he has 4 arms, we'll also take an upper body part from Garmadon, turn it around and pop it on top. But before we start painting, we once again have to prepare the pieces. First up, we'll remove the print on the torso. Perfect! But the backside right here could literally be used to wash clothes. Let's get rid of it. Now we can reattach Arrakore's torso and his head, and we are more than ready to paint. We'll start by attaching Arrakore's upper body to an unimportant other minifigure, and then paint the piece completely white on all sides. Now we'll repeat this step with sand blue. And whilst this part is drying, we can add a grey belt on the lower torso before reconnecting the 2 torsos. Because now we want to start with the design that is connecting the 2 torsos with each other. First up, we'll once again create the black outlines. And then we're slowly working our way through the different layers of color. That is grey for the sleeves of the kimono, and then orange, tan and black for his shirt. Next up, we'll add the white markings on the sleeves of his kimono, before finishing it up with another surge of orange and black colors. And wow! We finished the first part of the minifigure. In the show, he has that sand blue headband. I guess we'll just use the stud on top as the headband. For the hairpiece, this one is too big, so we'll sand it to fit our needs. Now we can fill it up with FIMO and slightly press it into the stud, so we have a connection point. And now the hardest part, painting the face. Another tip when painting faces, trust the process. Most of the time, face expressions just look bad at the beginning. But once you add all the details, like the mouth, the eyes and the eyebrows, it usually starts to look good out of nowhere. And Arrakore is ready to grant wishes.
I wish to become a real spinjitzu ninja.
And so far, we have made friends and enemies. But what about the newest member of the ninja team? We'll use Venom as a base, but instead of a normal head, I'll use a shrunk down version of a Pyro Whipper. I created one in my last video. But as you can see, the neck is too long, so we'll sand away on the neck until the head fits perfectly. Now let's remove the print on the torso, and we can already start painting the kimono. And be warned, even though the start might look simple, it will get a lot more difficult. So enjoy, as long as we're still in easy mode. The challenger mode is to write Frak on his torso in the Ninjago, the Ninjago language. But that was only the start, because now we have to create his shin guards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, come on! I lost count as to how many black lines I'm painting here. And every time I look at them, they remind me of dumplings. But the God mode is going to be the symbol on his back. I literally have never ever designed something that hard before. So lean back, sip a cup of hot chocolate and enjoy as I make a total fool of myself with this sort of work. The only reason Frak is not number 10 on this list is simply that the next minifigure is even harder. And as you might have guessed, our 10th minifigure will be Rogue J, my personal favorite of the entire show. So let's get Rogue J as a minifigure. And as you can see, unfortunately, he has a casual face and not his badass looking goggles. So let's create those. And do you remember, we still have the black Venom head. We can remove the print and use this one as a base for his face. For the goggles, we will once again use metal paper and cut it to fit our need. Then we'll take glue and a toothpick and glue the metal onto the head. As soon as the glue dried, we can paint it. The band will be light grey and the eyes gold and red. and his first appearance is finished. But by the end of the show, Jay removes his mask and makes a face reveal. To recreate this second look, I purchased an Unagami hairpiece. This already looks dope. But once we cover it in a glossy brown and paint the headband dark blue, it looks stunning. Our bro really got that drip now. But for him to also be deadly, we need his wings. To create them, we'll take 2 LEGO glass panes and a paper model of the wing. We'll attach that one onto the glass pane. Now let's cut out the wings by using a variety of different tools. And just look at all this cut LEGO. My studio looks like a bomb just exploded. Anyways, we can use super glue to connect the wings to a 1x3 plate and then use some FIMO to add some additional details. We'll add the guns on top, the ring in the middle, both thrusters on the bottom, and of course the edges of the wings. And I would say our model already looks amazing. It's really swooshable. But the finishing touch is to paint the 2 wings. We'll start with a white foundation. Now we can add the golden details, and once this is done, we'll cover the relevant sections in silver. And keep in mind, many sections you have to paint over multiple times with the same color to achieve the desired look. Now let's add the other details. I love the power of editing. Now look at all those tiny details. But wait, I can't attach the wings to Jay's back yet. So instead, we'll use a clip as a base. But now he's missing his shoulder blade, so we'll cut that off and attach it to the clip with some super glue. And let's test if the wings actually work. No, seriously. Yeah, I don't think he can fly. Subscribe to not miss out on the next video. See ya!